This video is brought to you by Jab.se, the lead supplier of MMA gear in Scandinavia. BetSafe.com, Europe's only online betting site for MMA.
When you know that there's going to be a date every year at the O2 in London, you know, people will travel from
Memorial Day, 4th of July,
whatever, exactly. That's what we're doing.
So you're understanding the British sporting calendar, basically.
When I tell you, this guy's been in this position for months, right? He is the right guy. He's got all the right ideas, and he's getting shit done over here. It's going to happen. Finally, this stuff is going to get taken care of, and it's going to get done the right way. We're going to get the UK sorted out. Not just the UK. He's doing work all throughout Europe and, you know, down in South Africa too, and we're working on some pretty cool stuff right now.
Do you think those dates that you mentioned, those cities you mentioned, could happen this year? You said Manchester, Dublin.
Ask him that question.
Okay.
Ask him that question.
Dana, you mentioned in earlier press conferences that you guys are making moves into places like India and China. Do you have any updates on that?
We already did our show in China.
Yeah,
it was a huge success. Huge success. Yeah. So off that China show, we're doing a big deal over in China now. So, and then India, yes, we're still working on India and the Ultimate Fighter.
Dana.
Yep.
You said the main thing about getting more shows over here was because of the TV deal.
Yep.
Do you have any leads on what channel that'll be on?
He and I have meetings this week. Lorenzo flies in here tomorrow, and then the three of us have meetings on television this week, all this week.
Cool.
Dana, questions about UFC Stockholm. You previously tweeted that the tickets were sold out within the first few hours, but we contacted Ticknet, and even up to 3 days afterwards, there were still tickets available.
Right. Well, there's 200 tickets left. That's a sellout.
And another question, is the co-main event set? Is it one match that's been announced yet, or is it not yet been announced?
Has what?
The co-main event.
Yeah, we had one. We had a co-main event, and then we yanked it. So we're making another co-main event.
Which
the answer is now. We haven't.
What happened to that one?
We yanked it.
How come? Was it an injury, or?
No. I guess Gary didn't think that Stockholm was ready for that co-main event.
Well, trust me, we are. Just a quick question about Alexander Gustafsson as well. He was previously stated before the match against Shogun that the winner would get a title match. Now it seems that's not the case. How many wins would you say that Gustafsson needs if he wins Presidio and Musasi?
Oh, no. If he beats Musasi, it's a big fight for both of those guys. Obviously, if Musasi beats Gustafsson, I mean, he skyrockets right to the top of that division. And as far as Gustafsson goes, he beats Musasi in that fight. He's in line for a title shot. When what? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't.
Taname reported today that Vitor and Luke were set for an April date in Brazil, but you already have 4 Saturdays.
The next fight is definitely going to be Vitor. I just don't know.
Definitely in Brazil, but not sure. Main event? Location?
No. I just don't know where.
Do you have an update on Cyborg? She was on TV asking for a release this week. Is that done? Is she done with the company this week?
Yeah, obviously I've been out of town, haven't been able to deal with that. But she wants, I'm telling you right now, wants nothing to do with this fight. I was saying yesterday when I was talking about people, this is the biggest show in the world. This is the biggest, you know, we were working with her, get her a deal, whatever. When you send a letter from your lawyer and your doctor saying, I will die if I try to make 135, I mean, it's the goofiest thing. I've never seen anything like it in the fight business. Okay, so you don't want to make 135, you want to talk about fighting Ronda. First of all, you tested positive for steroids and get stripped of the title. And you're trying to talk about, you know, how Ronda doesn't want to fight him, but she's the champion at 135. Ronda goes to 140 and does the fight at 140. It's not even for a title. The fight just makes no sense. So what happens is, okay, so we'll figure something out where Cyborg gets some fights, Ronda defends her title a few times, and then maybe Ronda moves up to, whatever and fights. They want nothing to do with that. Wants nothing to do with it. It's wacky beyond wackiness.
Are you open to still working with her in the future, or just kind of burn that bridge?
Listen, we're trying this whole, this women's thing's coming together. We have, when I talked to Joe and Sean Shelby, we have 10 of the best 135 pounders in the world as far as the women go. And we're going to do this division. We're going to see how this fight goes down and whatever. Cyborg is pretty much irrelevant. I mean, she really is. She's irrelevant. Go out there and win some fights again, get your name back, stay clean, stay off some steroids, and get your career back on track, and then we'll talk. But for her to think that she can, that everybody should move around and jump through hoops for her is insane.
She suggested that you guys wanted her to go fight Invicta. Is there a formal partnership or relationship?
No. So what happened? That was true. So what happened was there is no 145-pound women's division. So she's under contract with us. So we get her some fights somewhere else. We get her some fights. Let's see, play this 135-pound thing out and see what happens. See where this thing goes. Kooky, man. Kooky people.
Do you have any updates for Spider fight?
Nope, nothing yet.
Any places?
Where it's going to be?
Yeah.
Not yet. I told you guys the next Anderson Silva fight will probably be in. I don't know. It could be Chicago. It could be Vegas. It could be Texas. It could be Brazil.
I've heard that, well, you've said in previous interviews that if Bisping had beat Belfort, that he would have got the title shot. Now that he lost that fight, how long is the road back for Bisping?
Well, one of the many things that I love about Michael Bisping is Bisping lost that fight and called right back and said, I want to fight again. Give me a fight again. He jumped right back in, and he's in another big fight now. So if he wins this next fight, Bisping's one of those guys. He's one of the best in the world, has been for a long time. And he always stays right there, but can't get right here,
Also, Anderson Silva has previously said that if he were to fight Michael Bisping, because he's previously fought in England, that he would like to fight Bisping in London maybe. Would that be any possibility?
Be pretty huge.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Again, television, boys. Gotta have the television.
You obviously been over in Dublin. Did you get a lot of pressure on you while you? Well, every other question I imagine was, when are you coming back? You haven't been back for 3 years.
Yeah.
Are you going back there?
It's part of this whole thing we're working on.
So within a year, you think you'll be back in Dublin?
I hope so. That's what I hope to do. I want to say to you right here now, yes, because that'll mean we got the television deal we're looking for over here. So if that happens, then yes, believe me, things are going to go like this once that deal gets done. Will that be in the main card? I don't know. That I can't answer that question yet. But boy, let me tell you, they're pumped about that kid down there. They're pumped. It's awesome. Yeah, I was saying yesterday, think about this. When I went there, this is what all the fans were telling me when I saw him in Ireland, but when I was there for UFC 93, I said, after this fight happens here, there's going to be an explosion in Ireland. And they said, and that's exactly what happened. The fact that UFC 93, I said that, UFC 157, we just signed a kid from Ireland, You take small countries, it's like finding the BJ Penn in Hawaii, you know what I mean? It's big. I love stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, you kidding me? They had a list for me yesterday of guys that I need to watch out for.
Dana, previously read a report about a possible Ultimate Fighter Mexico and also of a potential strawweight division. Is that correct, or are those in the works?
Yeah, I said it's gonna be a while before we have the smallest weight division, strawweights. But as we go into Asia and Mexico and all these other places, South America, we're gonna have smaller guys, even Ireland, England.
And is there any plans for when you plan to introduce a new weight division? If it's this year or next year?
There's no plans. I'm just saying, as we continue to expand, we will add more weight classes, and that one will eventually be added to.
And the ultimate,
Yeah, exactly. Then weight.
the Ultimate Fighter Mexico, is that something that's in the works concretely, or is it also just?
No, we've already made moves down there. We're doing a lot of work in Mexico right now. Yeah, we've already gone down there, done scouting, and we've got a whole roster full of guys. And yeah, it's well on its way.
So can we expect the UFC event in Mexico this year?
I think so.
Two questions. First of all, any comment on news the ESPN UK deals
Any truth to it?
Have you heard this?
I'm all over it. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's literally. Lorenzo wasn't supposed to come on the street, and he's coming. And we're here. We're here to get this TV deal. That's what we're doing.
Programmet presenteras av betsafe.com.